the whole idea of like when we decided to start Liferuiner again was a big thing for me. Was the whole, I found like the whole heavy scene had with like no bands actually really caring about anything or like taking a stance on anything. And it was weird for me because the world is more fucked up now than it's ever been, but more people care less. And it was weird because I remember when I was like 16, 17, all the bands I listened to, they taught me everything I needed to know about politics and, you know, all the movements that were going on in the world, you know, straight edge and anything to do with religion or anything to do with politics. Like, that was where I learned everything I knew was from music. And so I decided, you know, when we decided to start the band back up, I wanted the band to be more of a movement than just a band making a heavy record, because, you know, anyone can do that. I think people are misconstruing, like, you know, people are like, oh, you guys just be like a super negative band and hate everything. And at one point in my life I did hate everything, but it's not that we've jumped onto a trend of a positive hardcore band. It's that I wouldn't necessarily think that we are a positive hardcore band or a negative hardcore band. We're just a conscious band and we sing about real things. And if that's a positive message for you, then that makes me happy, because that's what I'm trying to do. And I think it's okay if a band wants to evolve and change, and, you know, I think everyone has the right to change. And a lot of people will look down on someone that wants to change their life and be like, oh, well, you thought you had this idea in your head at one point, but now you're thinking this way. And then people try and tell you that's a bad thing, but it's not. Everyone has the right to change and change how they feel about things, and it's important, I think. Something people should have a better grasp on. And I think it's important for kids to have different prerogatives. Christianity and Catholicism was shoved down my throat as a child, and it took me a long time to be able to really take hold of how I actually felt about the world and how I felt about religion and God and all that stuff. And as far as having people saying that they have a relationship with God and they don't believe in, you know, Christianity or whatever that is, it's my whole thing is that people that believe in that have religions that they stand behind, they don't want to take responsibility for all the other people that believe in the same things they do. And that's another big thing I have a problem with. It's because it's like people go, oh, it's not my God. My God doesn't believe that. You know, it's like people at Westboro Baptist Church go to, you know, gay people's funerals and tell them that they deserve to die because they're gay. And people say, oh, that's not the God I believe in, but that is the God you believe in. Because if you believe in there's one God and one Jesus, and that's the same God, and people need to start taking responsibility for the things they believe in.
First time I met Johnny, we were in my local band. We did like a DIY tour, and we were in a porn shop, and Liferuiner came in, and like, oh, you guys in a band? Just because we just like, we're in a band, I guess. And like, yeah, we're playing a show with you guys tonight, actually. And we talked to Johnny for like 5 or 10 minutes, and we talked about the tour we were on and how shot it was, and how like it was like one of our first tours ever. And he was like, "Fuck that, I'll meet you on our tour." And he made some phone calls that night, and we dropped our tour that we were doing that we had no one at it at all, and they got us like money every single night, and got us on tour with them and a couple other bands. And that was like 7 years ago, and I'd heard so many funny things about Liferuiner, like about all the guys and like bad dudes, and like so many things were sketchy, and then hung out with them for that whole tour, and like some of the best dudes ever. And you know, especially Johnny, like, became one of my close friends. And then you know, now being in Vanna, we got to do a tour with them a while ago, and it was just like old times again. And, you know, Johnny's one of my best friends in the whole world, and it's gonna stay that way forever. And I back these guys for as long as they're continuing to be a band. And